Eagles are going to have a lot of turnover on their roster this upcoming year. And if I could choose two guys that I would keep and resign, it would be... Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So, today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big-ass dog. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope all you dingbats are doing well. I hope you guys are having a great day. We finally got a defensive back coach. The Eagles hire Marquand Manuel, a guy we talked about in the previous video. I really like this move. I like this move a lot, and he was a guy that I didn't even know was really out there. I remember him being the defensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons. I remember when he got fired, people talking about how basically, he was the scapegoat. There were a lot of injuries on the defense. A lot of people liked him, and he got fired. Now, what's so great about this move, right? There's a couple different things. First thing, he knows what Jim Schwartz likes to run. He knows how Jim Schwartz likes to use the corners. He knows the proper way to use defensive backs because he played his last year with Jim Schwartz. He then was an assistant coach, and he was on the coaching staff of the Seattle Seahawks. Then he went to Atlanta, was the defensive back coach, eventually became the defensive coordinator. And look, when you listen to this guy, he's a fiery guy. I'm listening to him mic'd up and stuff, and I'm telling you, man, he's pumping me up. He's getting me all hype. I'm ready, man. I'm like, where's Amari Cooper? It's time to pound that ass. You know what I mean? I'm ready to run through a wall for this guy. I think he's going to do a great job with the Eagles, and I'm excited about it. The thing is this. When you have Jim Schwartz and you have your defensive coordinator, you expect them to hire the defensive back coach, defensive line coach, before you see a wide receiver coach because there's no offensive coordinator. But Marquand Manuel, I think this is a great signing. A lot of people like him. A lot of people are high on him as a coach. And it's very possible that he comes in, does a bang-up job, and maybe he gets some talent. He gets the guys like Sidney Jones, some of the guys with talent. Maybe he gets them to actually play good. And my hope way out there is that he recognizes that Rasul Douglas is a safety, could be an all-pro safety, and he moves them there. But I'm very happy with the hiring of Marquand Manuel. I think it's a great job by the Eagles and Jim Schwartz. And I'm very high on this guy and excited to have him in the Eagles organization. Now, I think he's going to be a great defensive back coach. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. When I listen to him, mic'd up and stuff, man, he's got me fired up. He's got me ready to go. So it's going to be fun to see him go to work and see what he can do with these defensive backs. Now, as far as this roster goes, as far as this Eagles roster goes for this upcoming year, we know we're going to have a lot of turnover. We know we got free agents that aren't coming back. But I got to tell you, if there was two guys that I could choose to resign, offensively and defensively, it would be Jordan Howard on offense and Jalen Mills on defense. I know what you're saying, Jalen Mills, what's wrong with you, dingbat? But you got to hear me out. When it comes to Jalen Mills, okay, yes, I know he gets beat on the double move. I know he's not the greatest guy. He's not that fast. I know all these things. I get it. But here's the thing. When you look at Jalen Mills going out on the open market, okay, I can't imagine that he's going to get a lot of money. I really can't imagine he's going to get big money. He's not going to get top 10 money. I don't even know if he gets top 15 cornerback money on the open market, okay? So I think that he wouldn't cost you that much. And you can't deny, through all the mistakes, through all the, good, the bad, the ugly, the guy has played games. He's been effective at times, especially in the red zone. He's a good red zone corner because he doesn't have to worry about the speed of getting beat downfield and that kind of thing because of the shorter field. But he's got experience. He can play, okay? And I think that you still go out in free agency. You sign a cornerback. It could be Bradbury. It could be Trey Wayans. It could be Byron Jones. Whoever it is, you get a starter. In the second round, you draft a corner. But as far as depth goes, Jalen Mills still can play. He played in the Super Bowl. Okay, they gave him a lot of yards, but he played. He played in divisional playoffs, NFC Championship game. He's young. He's got experience, and I think that he serves. I think he serves a purpose for this team. I think he's worth bringing back. He doesn't have to be the starter, but he could be in the rotation. He could give you depth. Maybe you move him a little bit around safety and all over the place. But I think letting Jalen Mills walk isn't necessarily the greatest idea. I think you could bring him back and pay him not that much money where you have to start him. You know what I mean? So I would like to see Jalen Mills come back. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy. I guess I am. But I think he has value. I still think he has value. Maybe he's not a starter. Maybe he's not a Pro Bowl corner. But he could still add value to this team. And I would like to see the Eagles bring him back because I think he would be cheap. Really, I think he would be cheap. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, most of you guys are probably going to agree with me. But I would try to bring back Jordan Howard. I don't know what he's going to get on the open market. I don't think he's going to get as much as people think he's going to get. And if he's willing to come back, he's not going to come back and be the number one back. He's not. He's going to come in. He's going to be a backup to Miles Sanders. You're going to have Boston Scott, who you're going to use in that Sproles role. But he could be your short yardage back. He could wear defenses down. And he's worth it. He's good running back. And maybe, just maybe, Jordan Howard hits the free agent market, realizes he's not going to get the money he wants. Maybe he comes back for another year. You know what I mean? Maybe he comes back for a year or two and tries to put himself in a position to get another starting gig as running back. But I think that if you could bring him back, you would have a really, really dynamic running back situation with Miles Sanders, to me, who I believe is a franchise running back who could be an all-around running back. He can run, he can catch, he can do it all. Then you got Boston Scott. He's that Sproles type guy, right? Then you get Jordan Howard. He's that short yardage, pounded in the ass type back. And so when I look at all the turnover we're going to have, okay, and look, and here's the other thing with Howard and Mills. They're young. They're both young. They still could get better, okay? And Jordan Howard didn't have a lot of wear and tear because he missed so many games last year. I think bringing Jordan Howard back and Jalen Mills back would be a very, very smart thing for the Eagles to do. And I know some people don't want to hear it about Jalen Mills, but I'm telling you, if you can bring him back cheap and not promise him a starting role, and he can be working in your red zone and certain packages, and this new defensive back coach could work with him, develop him. Maybe he will be the guy to say, put Jalen Mills here, put him here, put Russell Douglas at safety. Thank God somebody sees it. Maybe he'll see it. I don't know, but I really think that bringing back Jordan Howard and bringing back Jalen Mills this year would be really smart for the Eagles. Those are the two guys I want to see come back to the Eagles next year. I think they both could come back and you wouldn't have to pay them that much, and you wouldn't have to necessarily give either of them starting roles, but they could still make an impact on this team. Let me know what you think. Would you want Jordan Howard back? Would you want Jalen Mills back in some capacity, not a starting role? Let me know in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.